Advocacy is not the new black. It's not the new hot trend. It is not a superpower. And we need to stop celebrating people who are great advocates. The amount of times I get told, oh, you're such a good advocate. You're so good. You're such a good advocate. I don't want to be an advocate. I just don't want to be an advocate. And neither do most people that are advocates. What we want is we want services that are designed to help us, to actually help us. And we need to stop dressing up advocacy as words like bravery or great communication. We need to stop making people have to advocate to access services. When my daughter was 13, she said to me one morning, I'm going to be brave today at school, Mum. What she really meant was, I'm actually going to advocate for myself. So she had an individual care plan or learning plan or whatever they were called back then that said, if she's in PE, she can sit out whenever she wants, because some of her sensory profile being neurodivergent meant that some of the activities just were not a safe thing for her. But she used the word brave. But let's be real. And then what actually happened that day in PA? She was brave. She did tell the teacher that she wasn't able to participate anymore. And the response that she got was, no, well, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you don't have an injury. You don't have any reason why you can't do it. And then she then had to go on and explain that it's in her care plan and that she was autistic and that this was what that meant for her. He again said, yeah, but I don't understand. You should just walk instead of running. And she again advocated and said, I'm actually going to sit out with the people that were sitting out because they had an injury. And he got mad with her and said, you do what you want. Now, this isn't about the teacher. And this isn't a debate about whether the teacher did the right or wrong thing. This is about how we have constructed our world, that unless you have a situation that fits an approved checklist, our automatic response to that is no. So that teacher was fundamentally doing what we have constructed in our world to be acceptable. Well, you can sit out if it's A, B, C, or D. Or yours is E. Well, I can't say yes to E. I can only say yes to A, B, C, and D. So then that puts the burden on my daughter to try and convince him, advocate, that her E as to why he should approve it is not going to get him into trouble, that isn't going to break the rules. Now, I know that that's kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, what that kind of is. But that's what we're doing. We are mistaking ludicrous rules and people being able to bypass those rules as advocacy. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not want us having to teach our 13-year-old kids how to advocate to get what they need at school. Equally, I don't want teachers burning out because there are that many different needs out there in our world right now that they don't know what they can say yes or no to. I just want us to just start with yes. How big of a deal would it have been to say, yeah, sure, sit out, kiddo, like whatever. What does it matter to him? But instead, she had to prove that her situation, she had to prove the yes. She actually had to go in and prove to him why. Oh my gosh. So please, please, please. The rule book's not going to change in a hurry. The tightly legislated and risk-adverse way that we live our world, that isn't going to change. But please, if you just start with yes and start with the person in front of you, maybe they're not going to have to advocate so hard to get what it is that they need.